Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working all day, and now it's after work. I'm Joe. We're back. Another episode of the After Work Show, your weekly Nintendo news show, where we do a weekend review, sum up of all the news Nintendo related, here on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork every Friday night. Sometimes at 7, sometimes at 7:30. We started almost on time tonight. I feel like I clicked the stream button at like 7:30, and then everything happened. So it's like it's just destined for me to always be late on these. You can find the breakout videos over on youtube.com/JoAfterWork. Usually on Mondays. I'm gonna try to get these out actually tomorrow since I am working, so I might actually have time to edit these and upload breakout videos of the Afterwork show and all the Nintendo spotlights to kind of divvy them out throughout tomorrow for going into next week. Almost. So I'm actually really excited about that because this is the first time in a long time that I will be able to get this show in the higher quality recorded versions that I do on top of streaming the show over to YouTube right away. So thumbs up. I'm patting myself early on the back. Watch, it's not gonna happen. It's why I just let you down. I just made a broken promise to you guys live on stream, and you're gonna hold me to it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, because clearly I just told you, and then I just went and lied to you like that. Gosh, Joe. Gosh. Anyway, guys, let's get into this. Let's go down to pipeline. I forgot to put the sound bite. Damn it. But here we go. Let's just do it. Oh, thank you, Mario. Thank you. Anyway, guys. We got kind of a short show today. I say that, we're going to end up going the hour anyway. Again, another lie. But I digress. Let's jump in. We're going to jump over to Nintendo Life through the pipeline. Choo, choo, choo. And this came out on Monday. I actually saw this on one of Etika's videos. And I was like, what? This is crazy. The Switch has only been out for a few months. They found, we talked about them finding a SDK, if it wasn't last week, the episode before that, if someone wants to fact check me afterwards. I know we talked about it one of these episodes recently. And in it, they found some, yeah, it was last week, actually. In it, they found some interesting things, some stuff about guest accounts, and there was another thing, but anyways, Already, we're hacking the Switch. We found some exploits before, early on, like the first couple weeks, on like how to, surf the internet on the Switch without, a browser whatsoever. There's actually a browser built into the Switch. When you connect to an internet via the hotel, it actually jumps into a web browser. But the web browser, the way it works, it's kind of like, I guess it's like not fully protected, so they don't have it on the Switch available for everyone. We'll probably get a browser of some sort down the road. I mean, it's been since Wii that we've had a browser of some sort. We had Opera. Wii U, I think, had a web browser as well. 3DS has a web browser. Like I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a web browser. Not that anyone would use it on their gaming console. I probably have used it on the PS3 like maybe a handful of times. I have my phone or a laptop now at this point. But anyway, Nintendo Switch hackers claim to have made key first step. We got the kernel. Guys, alright, I'm gonna read this out. We love joking about frequent stability updates to Nintendo systems, but in case the 3DS this often meant blocking off various hacks and exploits. Homebrew and broader hacks have been common on the portable, and in a few cases were damaging to developers as they cause games and apps to be abruptly removed from the eShop. The Nintendo Switch, of course, is a shiny new target for exploits. Some will want to implement homebrew and experiment with the hardware, others will simply want to pirate games. Now, vulnerable researcher at Derek R6 has posted the following message, which is shared and retweeted by others in the scene, including familiar 3DS homebrew developer Smilum. Someone want to let me know who Smilum is. I'm not familiar with the custom firmware market side of the 3DS. I know that's a big thing in the 3DS hacking community. What does it mean? Likely the kernel, a key and central element of the operating system. Why? Spell check. has been dumped rather than exploited. It's been heralded as a key first step on some hacker homebrew forum threads, yet at the same time it isn't expected to lead to immediately successful or usable hacks and exploits. That's likely to take time, but nevertheless it'll serve as a reminder to the fact that plenty will seek to utilize the Switch for various unofficial purposes. There's probably little for Nintendo to counteract at this stage, but it'll no doubt be following progress. The company has been keen to tackle hacks and has been offering paid rewards. I was just about to say that to those that expose weaknesses in Switch and 3DS. The official site for this has been relatively quiet, though most recent resolve report was 4 days ago at the time of this writing, so it's still active. Attempts to hack and exploit the Switch will become increasingly common in the months and years to come. It'll be interesting to see if Nintendo is able to stay ahead of the curve. So, wow. This is nothing new in terms of people trying to get into the Switch, create exploits so that way they can make these homebrews. Sometimes they use these homebrews to make to implement emulators of like the SNES, the Genesis. We saw this really big with the PSP. A lot of people bought PSPs, not for the amazing JRPG library that's on there, but it was really easy to hack at the time. Specifically the PSP 1000. If you got it at like the 1.51 firmware, you were set for life because they kept updating the homebrews and all that stuff. And also, there's developers that can't get their games onto the eShop, so they make them and they implement them into the homebrew, which is really awesome. It's kind of a neat way to, I mean, I'm all for people being creative about it. Yes, there are harmful side effects to, the market in terms of people being able to potentially play games that are brand new for free, but it's cool to see other developers that, that are not able to afford an SDK or not able to just, spend the money that it's going to take to get your game out there. They can kind of do it this way and, create some sort of mass following. Granted, you're not going to be able to get it for free, make any money off of it, but it's cool that you can kind of mess around and tinker with this thing. I'm always fascinated by these exploits that happen. I don't know. I wouldn't do it on mine. The farthest I've gone is just modding to get the capture card, but I always find it unique and interesting. I've seen a lot of videos on how these people get to do it. I'm like, dude, that is way too much work for me to be able to even make an attempt to try to do this. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I know I switched topics over here as to what we're going to talk about, but I will switch in a moment. But I want to jump into chat, see what you guys think about it. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Friday night? I played Pokemon on my PSP. Stevie, my boy. Oh man, I actually, you know what? No, I do take that back. I did use my PSP. That was probably the only console because it was so easy to do. It was really easy to follow the directions on forums back in, like, what was the PSP? 2000, 2004, 2003. This is too damn early. God damn it, Draco. I'm walking away and we can start again. I meant Deadeye. Dude, what's up, man? Then I felt bad and went and bought a 3DS. Yo. Oh my gosh. Too funny, too funny. What's going on, everybody? Oh, man. We were just talking about how the Switch is, people have gotten the kernel for the Switch, so now things are going to get interesting in the hacking world in terms of people making homebrews, trying to be able to add emulators, trying to be able to add their own games onto there. There's going to be some interesting stuff in the coming months. I'm telling you, we might even have news next week. Like, this is how quick the pace is going for this stuff. It is crazy. It is getting faster and faster. How quickly these guys are just able to go in, find the things that they need, and then bam, bam, boom. And I think what's helping their cause is the fact that the Switch is so hot right now that everybody and their mom is going in on it. It's crazy. I never modded or hacked anything, says L1. I barely have time to play the standard library of games. See, I'm at that point too. PSP was the only one that I ever did it with. And I did it, and I ended up playing Final Fantasy VIII. But then Final Fantasy VIII came out digitally on the PS3 under the PlayStation Network, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. By the time Vita came out, what did I use it for? My PlayStation 1 library, and I was all set. It was great. And maybe a handful of PS Vita games. Oh man, ain't nobody got time for that. Is the moral of this story? Let's move on. Is my laptop? It's so funny. I got my GameCube all set up. By the way, I got my Game Boy player for my GameCube. Got the disc. Got all my games that came in today. I was like, oh, it's about to get real. Before we end the show today, I'll show you everything that I got. I tested out a few things. You guys saw one of the photos that I sent you on Discord if you're in there. If not, I will send a link. And if you're watching this on the Breakout, the link is in the description. That is not how you type Discord. Boom. There you go. So, can we... Oh, there we go. Now, we're moving on. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on. What you gonna do? There we go. That's what I'm gonna do. Whew. Gotta have me notes there. So, back to the original first topic that I was gonna talk about today. R.I.P. the new Nintendo 3DS. Production has halted, and now this title has been... The title hasn't been updated. It just says update. They need to fix that, GameSpot. GameSpot, get on your crap right now. I demand it. Unsubbing. Anyway, the new Nintendo 3DS, all production has stopped in Japan and in Europe. So far, nothing for the US. Nintendo has gone on to already comment that this does not affect the US. I disagree with that statement because I have not seen... Someone, please, let me know if you have seen a new Nintendo 3DS. Not the XL, just the new Nintendo 3DS. Because I've not seen one since... It's harder to find than the Switch. That's how hard this thing is to find. I don't even see them at Nintendo New York. That's kind of like, you know, the place you go if you can't find it anywhere else. I can't find it there. Where the hell is this thing? And why are you lying to me, Nintendo? Why are you lying to me? This is not right. And what's not right is I have to keep refreshing this. Capture card, why you no work today? You were doing so good all weekend. I was testing you out with new things, man. Oh my goodness. But GameSpot reports, Nintendo of Europe has confirmed to GameSpot that the standard size new 3DS has been discontinued in the region. The company did not comment on US new 3DS production. Though the device never fully launched in North America anyway, it only ever came to the region late as part of a limited edition bundles. Boom, there you go. Original story follows. I read somewhere else. It might have been a different article. It might have been Polygon that I was reading it on. But they did mention that it wasn't affecting the US. They had a quote from them. But Nintendo has announced that production of the new 3DS has ended in Japan. An update to the official Japan website indicates white, black, and limited edition models of the base new 3DS are no longer being manufactured. New 2DS XL and new 3DS XL pages do not display the same message. It's unclear what this means for the 3DS lineup. The Nintendo US store currently has no new 3DS systems listed, while UK store only shows remaining stock of limited edition items. So let's check this out. That's not the Chrome that I wanted to touch. There we go. Nintendo.com. And let's see. Let's see what we got here. See, they don't even... Oh, this is my capture card freezing. Sorry, guys. See, they don't even show the freaking... see? I guess they mean that it doesn't affect the US in a way because they don't sell them here? Like, dude, I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, you guys already know I have my 2DS XL pre-ordered. We'll do an unboxing when I get it. I believe it's the 28th is the release date of the 3DS. I mean, of the 2DS XL. But yeah, that's gonna be my new on-the-go 2DS. I've been seeing in a lot of reviews that the biggest complaint is the how reflective the screen is, which I didn't notice at all when I was trying out Ever Oasis at Nintendo New York before it came out. I couldn't tell. I didn't even realize it, but you know, it could have been in the position that the 2DS XL was propped in on the display stand, and you couldn't really move it off the stand, so I had to play it like, basically, if my phone is the stand and that's the 3DS, I had to play it like this, basically. That's how attached to it was. But there we go. Yeah. RIP, new 3DS XL, new 3DS. We barely knew ye. So as far as the 3DS XL, still available, still on sale. We saw it on the new Nintendo US website. I don't think it's going to go anywhere soon. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. The 2DS XL just coming out. I think they want to sell that in tandem with the 3DS XL. They have two different price points. The 2DS XL is still cheaper than the 3DS XL by like $40. So I think they're just getting rid of confusion, making less SKUs, ramping down production of all the other models, and just kind of limiting the, you know, 2DS XL, 3DS XL, Switch. And that's all they want to sell, and kind of keep that as the new Nintendo family. If you ever notice, Nintendo usually does things in threes sometimes, and they'll usually show, like, you know, new when the new 3DS XL came out, we never got the new 3DS until like 6 months later. 3DS X, the new one, came out like February of 2015, and then the new regular sized one that you can swap out the faceplates came out in September of the same year. In that time, they were still kind of doing, you know, the original 3DS, 2DS, new 3DS XL. So they were like, they had them in threes. So I think that the new 3 will be 2DS, 3DS, and then Switch. And since Switch, you know, they're still considering as your home console, but on the go as well, and keeping that all together. But I want to hear what you guys think. What's going on in the chat? Deadeye says, time to drive to La Casa. Oh, La Casa. La Casa, La Casa, La Casa, La Casa. Deadeye, drive safe. Don't twitch and drive. Gabs the Hamster, what's going on? Welcome. You're watching the Afterwork show. It's our weekly Nintendo news show. Alright, we ain't got much going on here, but I do want to take a moment here to thank everybody that's hosting tonight. Seek and Destroy, True Pretty Tony, John Lee Dickinson, Goldheart, 1000 Hours, CB Nuttree, Sonic Master 155, Danny Kempachi, Spacefly, 3D, Aerial Draco, and I Am Chongo. That kind of rhymes. That goes together. That goes together. Zero, what is going on, dude? Welcome. We're going to jump into the next topic. We're flying through these pretty quick today, so we can get through a number of these Nintendo spotlights that we're going to be doing. We got 7 games to go through tonight, and a good chunk of them are actually going to be available soon. I mean, available soon. Some of them are going to show up in our eShop drop, and then we're going to play them tonight. Might have to go to grab some In-N-Out. I'll post a pic on Discord so you can be jelly. Damn, I'm jelly already. Get that protein. Get that protein. I missed it. No, you did not. No, you did not. Oh, man. You came at the perfect time, Zero. But before we jump into that next one, we've got to talk about something that's actually not fully Nintendo related, but I thought it was interesting enough to put it in here because we've heard things about Rainway being on the Switch, and right now that thing is still in beta, and I don't think I saw something on their Twitter about it not going live until like November or something like that, but people are getting early invites to Rainway, which is basically you can stream your games on your PC from any device, which is interesting because I wonder how the heck that's going to work on the phone. if that's the case. But the biggest thing was they were trying to make that app for the Switch as well. This, on the other hand, is a service called Jump. This comes by way of IGN from Chloe Rad, and Jump is sort of like the title says it all. Jump strives to be in a Netflix for games while benefiting indie game developers. So let's jump into this. Let's check this out. I'm gonna refresh my cap card one again. Boom. So the main headline right there reads, "We want this to be the logical next step in the life cycle of games. A new on-demand subscription-based video game service called Jump is preparing to launch, offering an initial library of 60 to 100 indie titles playable for a flat fee of $9.99 per month after a closed beta period running between now and July 24th. Huh. Didn't realize that. With a sample library of 10 to 20 games, the full service will offer unlimited ad-free playtime for its highly curated library, with about 10 new games added each month for Windows, Mac, Linux, HTC Vive, and Oculus Rift." That's pretty cool that they're including VR in this. That is huge. Huh. Interesting. Moving on, Jump includes all the standard features of a Netflix or Spotify-style service, including a way to browse recently added games, recently updated games, games with new content, and sort games by genre. Leaderboards, achievements, cloud saves, matchmaking, and multiplayer are all handled through a third-party service called PlayFab, which would most notably allow your saves to carry over onto new consoles. That's insane. Unlike most on-demand gaming services which suffer from poor latency due to their reliance on cloud streaming technology, Jump uses a web-based technology that allows them to launch games directly into the Jump client. That way, games don't fully install on a user's hard drive and instead run locally by only pulling the assets they need. So that is interesting right there, because what they mean by that is you're basically not going to have the full game on your computer, your whatever you're going to be, however you're going to be able to stream this, whether it's Windows, Mac, your VR headset, and you're just, it's not going to put that much. It's only going to allocate what you need, what you're playing in. So it's like, I see this part, I don't like fully, I'm not sure if, like, I just need to see it to believe it, but it's like, what happens when I walk into a door and then it says buffering, we gotta load up the next 2 gigs of data for you to enter this space? I hope that's not the case. Once, you got a bunch of people jumping into the service, if it becomes that huge. Now, I'll sort of relate this to OnLive. If those of you who don't remember OnLive, it was actually sold to Sony. Or Sony bought it. Sony bought it, and it became Gaikai. Gaikai then, or no, sorry, OnLive and Gaikai are two completely different things. But yo, Zero, thank you for the bits, dude. 8 bits from Zero. I love you, brother, man. I'll jump in the chat in just a second because I want to hear what you guys think about this. But OnLive was an online gaming streaming service where you didn't have the game on your computer. You actually streamed it from their servers. And I gotta say, I had it for a few months, and the games worked. The thing was, the library was just not there. It had games that had come out like a few months to like a couple of years after the fact. So everything that was there was like, okay, it's not for me. And then on top of that, once you got the game in your library, or if you purchased the game, then you only have it for, like, they tell you, like, here's your license for this game. It is set to expire at this date. So you're buying the game, yes, at a reduced cost, but at the same time, you're not owning that game. You're basically leasing it out for a couple of years, which I get it. Yeah, who's going to go back to a game a couple of years later? But you look at things like, your Game Boys, your Game Boy Advances, your Nintendo, your SNES. You're always going to go back to something at somewhere around down the line. Granted, we're in the days of emulation and everything, but if you want to play it the classic way. Shout out to my Metro 2 Game Boy cartridge right there. Man, straight out of 1992. This is mine from freaking forever ago, man. JoJo, 4 years old, playing with his Game Boy. Oh man, and there's a reason I have that pulled out. But yeah, so On Live was it was good for what it was, but I didn't really. That's what turned me off was the streaming service portion of it, where sorry, the licensing portion of it, where they only gave it to you for a set amount of time. And to Gapsters real quick, the streaming thing there, the you didn't download it, it was streamed. Yes, yes, you did not download any of the games. You just streamed it from their servers. But let's see if there's anything else they add, because they did talk about like how this supports indie developers in a sense that, you know, you sell your game, you sell your game launch day, you make a couple sales, and then it kind of dips down, and then you sell a lot more during when your games go on sale. That's sort of your second big jump. On top of that, you sorry, now I got distracted by the chat. I will jump in just a moment. Yo, chat is lit right now. Don't even remember what I was gonna say anymore. I had a point there. I had a point. Oh, the revenue stuff. So yeah, you sell another bulk of you make another bulk of your sales through putting your game on sale. After that's kind of teetered out, Jump is more focused on like, okay, after you've kind of, you know, tapped into all those resources on the Xbox, on the PlayStation 4, on your Switch, why don't you come over here and put your game on this service, and then we'll split it. I think it's like 70-30, where Jump only takes 30%. This is weird that they're doing it. It's usually the opposite way. Jump takes 30%, and the 70% gets shared out to the developer. And from there, the way that it works is the games are monetized by playtime. So depending on how long a person has played that particular game, the money then gets figured out from there. Math happens, and then developers get paid, which I thought is really cool, because you're giving more money to the developer. You know, clearly they're spending so much time, more time than they're getting paid for to do this, if they're getting paid at all sometimes. Especially if it's indie games. Most indie games, they spend years working on, because it's such a small crew of people that they take a long time to make. So the fact that this is just another way that they can present their games is really awesome. So I encourage you guys to check this out. This was on IGN. Shout out to Chloe Rad for posting this really well written article, actually. And I'm gonna jump in with you guys and see what's going on, because clearly this stuff is lit. Zero, thank you for the bits again. It's like everyone showed up. What's going on? Oh man. Oh, thank you for the other bit. I didn't even see that. Goldheart, what is going on? Oh man. It's officially official. Oh man, here we go. Where am I at? Netflix of games. Isn't that Gamefly? See, so that's a good point. You know, I had completely forgot about Gamefly, and then I downloaded it on my app, on my phone, a couple days ago. Unicorn Cloud, thank you for the follow. I just got your notification. But, yeah, I just downloaded it because I wanted to see if there was any, if they had sold any GameCube games on there. I was trying to, like, figure out, all right, like, what am I missing that are, like, the key ones? And then I'll just, like, put them on a wish list, and then I'll get them throughout the year. But yeah, I completely forgot about that it existed until a couple days ago. It is true. The thing with Gamefly, though, is that like, when you have to, like, be right on. Unless this has changed. When my buddy had it, he had to be there, like, midnight in order to, like, get a damn game pre-ordered that was, like, brand new and, like, get it rented to him. So it was, like, damn near impossible to ever get a new game from them every time. But it was great for the old stuff. And that seems to be sort of what Jump is doing here, but streaming only. The Gamefly, I don't believe, streams, unless someone wants to correct me on that. They're more of, like, the renting the DVD, the games, geez. So, like, the what do you call it? The, oh, man, like the Blockbuster, the red box portion of them, of Netflix. Switch L4D2. Oh, Rainway. Oh my gosh. You hype for Rainway 0? Jump excites me. That's what I'm talking about. I need a Switch for Rainway Left 4 Dead 2 on the regular. Damn. Yo, I didn't realize the people were so hyped about Rainway. Look at that, connecting, getting some Rainway, some Left 4 Dead 2 action. On live, rip. Rest in peace, on live. Rest in peace. Oh my goodness. Jump reminds me of PS Now. Yes, that's exactly the format, but for indie games. And who knows, maybe they might open it up. If this is proven successful, I can see other publishers and developers wanting to jump on to this service if, you know, it's proven successful. I think the fact that the hype is getting started now, these articles are coming out about Jump, I think that's good publicity for them. And then I guess there's a beta going on, so if you check it out, if anyone's in there, please let me know. When you play PS1, PS2, PS3 games, you paid, I think, $24.99 a month. Jeez, that's egregious. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good games. Holy hell. Couldn't you play... Oh, no, yeah, sorry, that's what you're saying, Gapster. Sorry about that. PS Now had PS1 games. I thought it did. I've not messed with PS Now in freaking since it, like, started. Like, I did I think there was a 7-day trial at one point, and I tried it for, like, 2 seconds. I was like, okay, I'm going back to my other games. I'm good. Hey, now it's Gold Heart. Get your game on. Get play. Hey, now it's Gold Heart. Get your game on. Get played. All that glitters is gold. I see what you did there. See what you did there, Gold Heart. Last time I checked, I think so. I could be wrong, though. About what? No, on live you streamed. You're right, Gapster. I said it. I said it. Hooking up my PS3. A new Nintendo Switch update? I have no idea. I have everything auto-updated, so it could be possible. The last one was only like 2 weeks ago. Never had a PS3. I feel like getting one to play PS1 games on it. Ooh, you got to get the original fat PS3. That's the only one that does PS1, PS2 playback. Playtime. Switch! Cunning! What is going on? Damn. Yo, I see the chat over here right above me, like, flying, and then I'm, like, trying to catch up to you guys. Oh, my goodness. Though, thought it would work, not really. Yeah, I was like, I didn't like the selection of games that they had on there. I think the only one that I tried was, like, Just Cause 2, when that finally came out for, on live. That, and there was some ninja game that I played for, like, 5 minutes. And then I got Street Fighter 4 for $1 during a sale for On Live. I remember that, and that was in my library, and now that's gone forever. That's $1 well spent, Joe. 7 days it worked fine. Okay, I'm going back to Fire Emblem. Deadeye playing that Fire Emblem. I'm so glad you got it. I'm so glad it made it to you, dude. I was getting scared, and then you sent that picture, and I was like, oh, damn, it came a day early. Oh, damn, he just saw me. Yo, Cunning, I see everything. It's because I was scrolling through trying to catch up on the chat with everybody because I was going through rambling about this service called Jump, and that's all I got to say about that. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. Before we do. Bam. All right, here we go. So this next one is one of these things that I'm really happy I didn't just jump on and start talking about because I was really concerned at first, and I was like, you know what, Joe, you just have to wait, get all the facts, figure out what's going on, and then play the game. I'm so glad I did because everyone else on the internet went on a tirade about how this is a bad mistake, blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, what is Nintendo doing? No, why are you gonna do it? It's gonna be half the game, man. It's gonna be half the game. And they're like, no, guys, calm down. Let's wait it out. Please, man. Anyway, WWE 2K18 confirmed for Nintendo Switch. Look at this. There's even a correction. Oh, man. Why is Dyson showing up? Did I click on the Best Buy ad? Oh, man. Oh, it was a correction on something else. Sorry, Polygon. Sorry, Polygon. I apologize. Zero's already hyped. But, dude, oh, my gosh. So, yes. First time in a few years. I think it was like 5 years. A WWE game coming to a Nintendo console. I think it says it there. WWE 13 was the last one, and it was published on the Wii, which is crazy because I think the Wii U was out at the time that WWE 13 came out. I played that. That had CM Punk on the cover, and it was like that. I think 13 was the last. It had CM Punk on the cover, yet it was the road to WrestleMania, and it had every WrestleMania event going to it. I think it was that one, and that was the last one that I played on PlayStation 3, I think. I was still living in Astoria at the time, so I know that I didn't have a PS4 yet. Wii who? Oh my goodness. But yes, it's coming out. Seth Rollins, he's a wrestler on the Raw show. I don't see. I feel like I'm only talking to Zero about this one. This is for me and Zero right here. Zero, I'm right here with you. I'm excited because I think this might be the first WWE game I play since 13, and it might be the last one again for a long time. I don't really buy wrestling games all that often. I don't play sports games altogether. I like watching my wrestling. I like complaining about wrestling. That's why I don't do a wrestling show on here, because it would just be a complete beep fest. Like I'm a jaded wrestling fan. That's what it comes down to. So I don't share my thoughts. Zero, thank you for the 24 bits. That 2K18 hype. Oh my goodness. Wrong emote. Oh my goodness. But this is good news. This is third parties like 2K coming out and getting supporting the Switch. This is good. This is good news. We have now. The reason everyone was hesitant about what, and by the way, Zero, thank you for the 7 bits with the correct emote. That rage, that Swifty rage. But this is good news because everyone was hesitant at first about the news of this because one, there was zero gameplay when Seth Rollins was doing this ad for WWE 2K18. He's just playing the Switch for like a whole minute, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Seth Rollins, WWE superstar. 2K18 coming to the Switch, and I'm on the cover." Nah. So, you know, it's like, and yes, he is on the cover of 2K18. But that's besides the point. He's gonna. There was no gameplay, and then on top of that, like when EA announced FIFA, they weren't clear at first that it was going to be the 2017 version, so people thought it was going to be the 2016 version, and then they found out that there wasn't the main campaign mode, like the thing that everyone wants to play FIFA for, apparently. Which again, I don't play sports games, so I don't know, but apparently there's their story mode, and it's not going to be in the Switch version. So it's like, why are you bringing it to Switch then? So this is good that it's going to be the full, complete WWE 2K18. It's going to be the same exact version that you're going to get on the Xbox One and you're going to get on the PS4 is going to be on the Switch. That is huge. Don't expect this game to look pretty on the Switch. I'm just setting expectations right now. Just setting it. This thing has got to be able to go portable. There's going to be some graphical downgrades. The fact that even the PS4 and the Xbox One versions were mentioned a couple weeks before the Switch version was mentioned, and I think like some retailer in Australia had the Nintendo version listed as a version, but it wasn't formally announced, and then it got taken down. So people were like, all right, is this coming out to Switch? What's going on? And then people started going crazy like, hey, I want to play this on my Switch. And finally they made it happen. But I think the reason they probably didn't show gameplay was because, it's probably not going to look that good on there. So they want to keep it with the, the powerful consoles. All that aside, PS4, Xbox One, showcasing it. I'm just happy to get a wrestling game. And Zero, open challenge. I will fight you, son. I will fight you. You heard it here right now. Twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. Zero, I challenge you. I will fight you, son. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm ready. All day. All night. Switch. Zero. JoAfterWork. Battle it out. For the title. That Galactic Universal Championship, man. Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back in the chat. I'm gonna see what's going on because you guys are really excited. I saw Zero, I think, most in this chat. Damn, Joe, going hard, son. You want to go night-night? You want to go night-night? Zero? You want to go night-night? AJ all day? Oh, my God. Yo, what more bits? Zero, you crazy. Oh, my goodness. FIFA on the go is big to me. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was you or not, Zero, that was, like, huge on FIFA. But I know there's people out there. There's even YouTubers that, you know, are specifically FIFA players on YouTube. I didn't realize that was a thing. But I think, you know, to play it multiplayer, to play on the go would be cool. But I totally understand if you're not getting your story mode. What's the point? That's, like, a big thing. Good breakdown, Jojo. Okay, Cunning. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I eat that compliment. It was delicious. Story's good on FIFA, but not a big deal to me. Did you hear about Fire Pro Wrestling also? Yes, I did. But that's not... Is that coming out to Switch? That's supposed to be coming out next week or something, right? I don't like the 3DS game, but it's a wrestling game. No, don't worry. I have a 3DS game called WWE All-Stars. Oh my God, that was like that arcade game. Let me show you guys. I pulled this out in hopes to be playing some of these on my GameCube. Just like for like personal, like Joe needs to like relax time. And dude, I found some classics. First off, Goldheart. Shout out to Marble Madness. There you go. That's what I was talking about last week. I got Dragon Quest up in here. But the two gems I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you how far back I go as a wrestling fan. We got WWF Warzone for the Game Boy. Stone Cold on the cover. And then again, Attitude Era. WWF Attitude for the Game Boy Color. Shout out to these classics right here. Yo, before No Mercy, times were hard. You had Royal Rumble on what, the NES, right? Oh my God. What is going on? What is going on? Oh man. But yeah, no, as a joke, I think I might stream that one day. I don't even know if they work. Dude, it took me blowing this cartridge, this Metroid 2 cartridge, like 50 times in order to get this thing to work. And then when it finally worked, I found what saves I had, and I was like, oh, wow. I have some saves on here. Awesome. And I forgot there was music on that game. All right, I think we're all caught up here. Oh, wait, no, I missed one from Gapster. I'm super excited for Hey Pikmin and Miitopia. We're going to be playing the Hey Pikmin demo, spoilers, tonight for a Nintendo Spotlight. Good, so good to hear. This will be a full game. Abandoned ship, says Deadeye. Starts to run like a madman while waving arms. Excuse me. Did I ever get that AverMedia thing? You're damn right I did, and it works perfectly. Goes right into my AverMedia capture card and works smooth. The only thing is when I power down the game, I have to reset my capture card and then power it on again. It's not a big deal, but it does get a little annoying if like you're trying to like reset a game, then you got to reset the capture card too on top of that. Now I just got to see if my games all the games that I picked up will work. Sir Zun, yes, wrestling talk show. This is about wrestling, right? No. So first off, Sir Zun, welcome to the stream. This is the After Work show. It's my weekly Nintendo news show. We were just talking about WWE 2K18 coming to the Switch, breaking that down, what that means in comparison to other third parties, and you know, comparing it to FIFA and this in terms of like it actually being a full game, just to keep you up to speed. But welcome, everyone. Show Sir Zun some love. Have you tried it with a Nintendo 64? You know what? I haven't. I should, because I have my Nintendo 64 still here. I should try that, see if it works. It should work the same exact way. Is that the one that you're trying to figure out, Zero? I want to play RE2 N64. Yo, I got that RE2 GameCube, baby. Come on. Come at me, bro. Fight me. And welcome to welcome to Joe. Name that game. X-Men. True story. Look it up. If you search Welcome to Die, X-Men Arcade should show up. Circa 1990s. There we go. And the character was Magneto who said it. Fight me. Moving on. This is just a quick little thing from Nintendo Life. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon dual packs have been announced, and I believe in the US, oh, it says it right there, dual pack is Amazon exclusive in the US, which I think last year was GameStop and Amazon, so all right, it's cool. It's the same price as just buying them. The only difference is you get a cool steel book of the game with the download codes for it, I believe. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the picture. Both games, steelbook, 2 download codes, and for 50 potions. So you get the physical games, but you get a download code for 50 potions, which that's pretty cool. You get a little extra thing there. After some early listings popped up online, Nintendo has confirmed and unveiled details on the dual pack for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, very much following in the footsteps of its predecessors. In addition to the dual pack, there will once again be fan editions with steelbooks in Europe. Europe gets all the cool stuff. You guys, man, yo, shout out to Europe. You guys have the most bomb-ass Metroid 2 that remake collector's edition pack, like, ever. It's crazy. You guys get a steel case of the original Metroid 2. Inside it has the game. Then you get the artwork, you get the soundtrack, you get the amiibos with it. You guys get all the cool stuff. This is not fair. Nintendo. Sometimes I just want to be like, so long, Bowser. Come on, man. You're gonna be upset. The European fan packs, as expected, also come with solo games with their own steelbooks, which this will more than likely look the same here in the US, I'd imagine. It almost looks like the same one that was last year as well, except Solgaleo and Lunala look like they've been Zekromed. You know, the Altered Beast dude that we caught at the end of all the side story stuff in the post-game content. Which, that's going to look wild. I wonder what the hell that's about. No idea. So much exciting 3DS games coming out. Dude, seriously, we're going to talk about them in just a minute here in the eShop drop. Oh no, did Surzon left? I'm sorry, Surzon. I'm sorry. People don't want to hear... You guys do not want to hear me talk about wrestling. I will tear a new boop on some people. I'm too jaded for that. It's the only time you will see me upset about something in life. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right, here we go. So with that, I just closed out the wrong thing on Twitch. Wah, 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 whoa. I just need to chat. That's all I really want. Are we good? Is the chat? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. I'm not jaded enough, but I can try to be. I just get so upset, man. They try, but I just let's just move on. eShop drop, guys. eShop drop. What we do here is we go in, we check out all the stuff coming out on the Nintendo eShop for you every week. I bring them to you here, and then I tell you what we're going to be streaming tonight on Nintendo Spotlight, which is our ongoing series where I sit down, I play some of the games that have come out for the week. We play them for about 30-45 minutes a piece. I give you a little info on the developers who've made the game. If there's prequels or there's video game history behind some of those developers, I let you know, so that way you can kind of check out their gaming history. We talk about the game. If it's got some sort of a story, we'll go through, we'll play it, and then ultimately discuss whether or not it's worth the asking price. With that, this week we've got a lot of indie love going on. So of course the biggest one that everyone is talking about is Demambo. Finally came out to to North America. $15.99 on the Nintendo Switch, and of course my capture card. Once again, guys. There we go. So, spicy action for 1 to 4 players. Demambo, 1 to 4 players engage in Mambo combat. Mambo, grab a Joy-Con and charge your measly 1 button and release at different times to do 3 different attacks. Johnny Bravo. Knock your opponents off the screen and break the level however you decide, thanks to some flimsy architecture to make your game marginally different each time you play Demambo. Hey. It's the first game by the Dangerous Kitchen, dedicated to all those who helped us reach this point. 1 button action. Demambo, Loco Mambo, multiplayer, yeah. Oh, look at that. I gotta refresh the capture card to make sure I can finish reading this. Ooh, this lovely thing, and like I said before, the developer, this is their first game, the Dangerous Kitchen. The kitchen is so dangerous, it is very hot. Do not go in there. Do not touch it, or you will battle me in Demambo. Yeah. Alright. Up next. Oh, I make myself laugh too much on this show. This is why I love it. It was like my detox before we get into Nintendo Spotlight. Moving on. Death Squared. Again, I don't know why it has me in Canada. I have no idea. Oh, man. Up next, Death Squared, $16.99. Now, if you get your updates on your Switch, there is like every internet personality playing this game on your Switch right now, including Kinda Funny, which I'm big fans of. I was like, oh, they're on here, awesome. I think I saw it like someone posting it on Twitter. But anyway, Death Squared, a puzzle game about cooperation, best enjoyed with friends. Death Squared is a puzzle game about cooperation, communication, and robot explosions. Does anyone actually read these descriptions? They do, and there's someone reading this right now. Well, in that case, Death Squared is a cooperative puzzle game for 1 to 2 or 4 players, best enjoyed with loved ones who don't mind a little arguing for the greater good. Prove your teamwork skills in Death Squared as you solve puzzles together or die trying. Each player needs to guide a robot to a color-coded goal, but the path is beset with deadly traps and hazards. Teams of players will need close observation and communication to keep each other alive and discover a solution together. So this is by is this SMG Studio, the whole thing? I guess so. Sometimes Nintendo confuses me with their wording, because they'll have developer and publisher sometimes, and they're the same exact ones, but then sometimes they'll only put the developer, and that's supposed to automatically assume that it's developer and publisher, so I'm gonna guess that SMG Studio did both. We'll find out when we play it in Nintendo Spotlight, but I did check it out a little bit, and there's like dialogue that you have as you go through each level or as you die. Like there's constant dialogue going on, and it's actually pretty funny. I'll explain it more when we get in there. It'll also explain itself. But it's like a bunch of different tests of AIs testing other AIs to do other AI things. It's really meta. Why capture card? Why? I gotta refresh after every switch. This is another one. This is called I Am Me, $9.99 on Nintendo eShop. If there were another me observing myself from the perspective of spectator, how would I regard another me? How would I get along with the other me? I Am Me is a puzzle platformer. To play the game, you control 2 cats simultaneously. A total JoAfterWork game. The 2 characters will perform exactly the same action. You need to manage both of them at the same time and let them coordinate to complete the adventure. This is actually, it's got some unique quirks to it, but this is developed and published by Ratalaika Games, and that's $9.99 on Switch. Once again, capture card. You are ridiculous today. Woo! As Divine Cross. We're jumping into 3DS stuff. As Divine Cross, $9.99 on the Nintendo eShop for the 3DS. Bear the fate and light of the shadow to save As Divine in a grand fantasy RPG. Harvey, an outlaw of little importance, gets himself trapped deep in his kingdom's dungeons. While imprisoned, he befriends a mysterious woman who claims to be the princess of the lands. Together, the two begin an escape that spans far beyond jail bars, as both friends and enemies begin to surface. Harvey realizes that the world of Asdivine is anything but peace. Between threats of war and angry deities, Harvey and friends begin... That's the hero's name, Harvey. And friends begin a series of quests that will determine the very fate of Asdivine. It is developed by EXE Create Inc., published by Kemco. Come on. Boom, there we go. Up next, Bit Dungeon Plus for the Nintendo 3DS. That is $8. Bit Dungeon Plus is an action roguelike endless adventure. You and your loved one were captured by demons. You've been trapped in a dungeon for 1,000 years asleep. You wake up trapped in a cell. What's up with that? Grab your weapon and let the quest to find her soul begin. By the way, all these games are going to be, that I've shown you so far, will be played on tonight. This is what I'm telling you. They put both of them sometimes, and then they don't. Dolores Entertainment SL. And last but not least, Curse Castilla, $11.99 on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. For the glory of arcade times, the tears of a young witch have been turned into a key by a demon to open a gateway to hell. In Curse Castilla, one takes role of Don Ramiro, a knight appointed by King Alphonse VI to fight and banish evil invading the lands of Tolmera. Don Ramiro will face Muras, Oaxacanos, Nuberos, and Malismos, creatures from the European folklore, as well as chivalric romances such as Amadis de Guala. I can't anymore, guys. I can't function. But let me scroll up. There we go. But Curse Castilla is like a Ghost and Goblins type game, from what I gathered so far. Developer Locomalito, Abulite Studios. This is very like Spain, right? Maybe they're in Spain. And publisher Abulite, and that's gonna wrap up the eShop drop. And guys, I failed you. I failed to find a Reggie a Fizame moment of the day. I completely forgot. I don't know how I let that slip. So I'm gonna catch up in the chat. I want somebody to find a Reggie clip that isn't my body is Reggie. I mean, my body is ready. That isn't. I'm gonna we're Nintendo, and we're here to make games and kick ass, and not one that is the I'm gonna come back now that Smash is on 3DS. I'm gonna come back and kick your ass. So not those three. Anything else, I'll throw up. That's Reggie. Oh, and Link is hot. That was another one we can't use. Espanol. Just move the O and the L, and you got it right. Oh my goodness. Alright, so while you guys are finding Reggie stuff, I'm gonna catch up with the chat right now, see what's going on. Are any of these games you guys excited for, by the way? Let me know in the chat. Or if you're watching this in breakout videos, what you waiting for? Let me know in the comments down below, man. Welcome to Joe. Metroid 2, Hey Pikmin, Miitopia, Mario & Luigi Super Saga, and that's all, but still exciting. There's a lot of games. There is a lot of games coming out, man. And we still got Ultra Sun at the end of the year. Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors, Pokémon DX Tournament, Splatoon 2 comes out next Friday. By the way, Splatoon 2 Splatfest, Team Cake versus Team Ice Cream tomorrow, and I'm gonna miss it. This guy right here is not gonna be able to stream anything. I'm so upset. I am so upset. I had this weekend set, and now I can't because I gotta go into work. Another 6-day week. Fantastic. I'm already at 46 hours. Ha! Just another 60-hour week for Joe. Why the heck is the Switch store in Japan getting way more games on coming soon? I think, Zero, they are doing a better job of updating the Japan website over the Nintendo of America website. Because a lot of the games sometimes, yes, they are Japan exclusive and they announce them like, okay, here we go, this is when it's going to come out. But there's also games that come out same week that just don't show up on the coming soon in the North America eShop, which is really weird. Bothers me. Great dance moves. Oh, you like my de mambo. De mambo. We're going to do a lot of this. That's my move right there. I'm in a chair. I can't really move that well. Well, that was weird. Oh my gosh. So, future question: who is buying the Switch HD? 1080p on the go and 4K at home. I'm buying it. I think I would probably end up, knowing myself, I would just end up upgrading. If and when Switch 0.5 comes out, because it's gonna happen, not anytime soon, but 2019, 2020. If that, let's see. 10 out of 10 would listen again. Cromer, what's going on? All pretty decent. Maybe. See, that's what I'm saying, Cromer. Yeah, I'm like, these games all look like they're going to be exciting. Or not exciting, but like halfway decent. But then again, they could not be. So I'm like, alright, we're going to find out. This is going to be an interesting night of Nintendo Spotlights. Find the Reginator. I'm a disgrace to my family. Wait, Capster, you didn't link me the Reginator. I can't go and find it. I was supposed to be talking this entire time. Oh, man. Is there a clip of it? When I'm the Reginator. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the My Body is Ready. We already saw that one. Alright, we won't have a Reggie moment of the night. It's fine. But, guys, that has been Nintendo. Sorry, I was going to say Nintendo Spotlight. That's been the Afterwork show. Cool Cat Terry, what's going on? Oh, man, so good to see you here. We're just about to end the Afterwork show, but we're about to get started in a couple minutes with Nintendo Spotlight, which is basically we play all the latest games that have come out this week on the Nintendo eShop, and we kind of showcase them in 30 to 45-minute bite-sized episodes, and we ultimately find out whether or not they're worth the time. We talk about the developer. We figure out what the story is of each game that we're playing. We go through a little bit of history lesson as well, sometimes education. Don't worry, we're streaming up until midnight though. We're going to midnight, so don't worry. Oh, okay. De Mambo. You're gonna understand what this means in a few minutes. We're gonna start off with De Mambo. We're gonna get all the Switch ones out of the way, because I really want to jump into some of the 3DS ones. What we've got lined up for Nintendo Spotlight is Hey Pikmin demo, Curse Castilla, and what was the other one? As Divine Cross, Bit Dungeon Plus. Those are your 4 3DS ones, and then we got 3 Switch ones in I Am Me, De Mambo, and what was the third one? I forgot the third one. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna find out right now. Death Squared was the other one. So, bam. There we go. Damn, CB. CB with the... God damn! Oh, my goodness. Can we start with Hey Pikmin? We're gonna get all the Switch games real quick, because I feel like those will be shorter ones compared to the 3DS ones. But for the first 3DS one, yes, absolutely, we will start with Hey Pikmin. I can't speak Spanish even though I'm Latino, but I speak French. Hey, that's a language. That's one extra language I do not know, because I do not speak Spanish. I am a terrible excuse for a Puerto Rican and a Mexican. I am a horrible human being for not knowing my heritage at all. But anyway, on that note, guys, we're going to take a quick break. But for those of you who are heading out, who are just sticking around for the Afterwork show, this is your weekly Nintendo news show, where every week, every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, twitch.tv/JoAfterWork, we bring you the week in review news of Nintendo stuff. Everything Nintendo related. You can find breakout videos over on youtube.com/JoAfterWork, and also all our Let's Plays, our full-on playthrough series. We're still going through Summer of Samus. We're about to finish up Metroid Prime, which we should be finishing up tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. Stick around. I should be home in time to start at 6 p.m., and it should only take us like a couple hours to finish that game, and then we'll jump into Prime 2 right after that. So I'm really, really excited about this. And that's all we got. We don't got a Fees and May moment of the day. I will make up for it next week with 2 Fees and May moments. And I will see you then. So with that, guys, take care. Love y'all.